So we start off in Munchkin Land and Ariana Grande pulls up to deliver a PSA. Everyone, the Wicked Witch from West Side is a pack. And everyone started getting hyped as hell, jumping up and down, hugging each other. Motherfuckers even started singing because of how jolly they were to hear this news. Watching this had me thinking, damn, Shorty must have been moving like Prime King Von to provoke such a strong reaction. Well, we're about to find out how true that is, because we go into a flashback and see this lady right here who was the mother of the Wicked Witch. Shorty gets some of that drink in her system, if you know what I mean. And this scene showed me why every rapper be dissing Green, because she goes into labor only for straight to pop out.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no!
Everyone starts squeaking out because they don't know why this happened. Shorty right here had to take a shot of whatever this is. And as if the green skin wasn't enough, the baby starts doing magic and the father immediately told them to get the child away from him. He might just be a black man at heart. I know Buddy wishing he pulled out. Luckily, the bear steps in to calm her down and displants the seeds for her fondness of animals. That'll be important later. We cut to Elphaba, that's her name, telling her sister about Emerald City and the wonderful Wizard of Oz, before these little kids come out of nowhere and start trolling the hell out of them. The sister begins to cry and Elphaba not going for that, so she uses earthbending, which scares the kids away as her dad runs outside. I didn't know Shorty had private lessons with Todd Faithful. But you wanna know who old dude gets mad at? He gets mad at Elphaba even though she was the one standing up for her sister. We need justice for Elphaba. We cut back to Munchkin Land and they still filled with glee as they singing their lungs out in Glenda. Ariana Grande's character even throws some fire at the wooden statue of the Wicked Witch. Whole time I'm still trying to figure out what Shorty did to deserve this treatment, because so far she's the one who's been mistreated, but I digress. Glenda tries to dip, but someone stopped her to ask, "Now hold on, wasn't that your day one?" Homegirl gonna pull that, "Hold on, I couldn't hear you." Bullshit, nigga, you know damn well you heard. She admits to it and we go into another flashback of Glenda pulling up to this school where she is greeted with immediate glaze.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
Pop the Frank out your mouth, please. The only character worse than this is Kakashi, who has a glaze on sight order in his verse. This dude named Bach tries to spit game at her, but she not feeling, bro. That's not what I'm worried about, however, because Glenda says this right here.
That strangers are just people I've never met.
Universal, you are not slick. I know you stole that from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. You can't fool me. They start doing that musical bullshit and start singing for literally no reason until Elphaba pulls up, and everyone starts backing away like the host when Dabo shows up to the function. Linda is about to sing too, until she turns around and is spooked, so Elphaba's like, "What's wrong? Is there something in my teeth?" And Glenda is like, "Nah, it's just, you're black." Nah, I'm just playing, she ain't say that. But she did say, "It's just, you're green." Now I'm sick, why Shorty even said that? Elphaba been through this routine a billion times, so she like, "No, I'm not seasick. No, I wasn't drinking matcha since birth."
Yes, my pussy's green.
I'm crying, why Shorty got it with? Her dad pulls up to drop off her little sister and they go to this assembly thing where this lady, Madam Horrible, welcomes everyone to Shiz University. She also gives everyone their room assignments, and after she's done, Glenda starts eating her shit only to look like a D1 fan. Oh nah. We see this fat bitch right here talking to Nessa, acting all nice and shit until Elphaba shows up and Shorty acting like she's seen a ghost or something. If you scared, you should have stayed the fuck home. She introduces herself as the other daughter, and I kid you not, this lady says, "Oh, don't worry, we'll find somewhere to hide you." That's just diabolical. She takes Nessa and Elphaba tries to stop her, but she refuses, and this gets her heated, which triggers her powers to go off, catching the eye of Madam Morb. She can spot a talent when she sees one, so she gives Elphaba a spot in the university and rooms her with Glenda before taking her away to talk to Elphaba about her power. Elphaba tells her that she can't control them, and Madam Morb tells her that if she learns to, then she might get a D1 office from the Wizard of Oz himself, which has Shorty geek. So geek that she starts singing and even runs across this entire field, ending up a few steps away from going out like Black Widow. I just know her heart dropped when she saw that clip. She goes up to her room and Glenda starts bugging her about her powers, which triggers him to go off once more. Later that night, they wake up singing, which leads to an entire segment, and my only takeaway from it is that the Glenda glaze has to be stopped. They go to their history class, which is taught by LeBron James. Glenda and Elphaba have a little back and forth about differences and look at the fruitcake and girl out the destroyer, ready to glaze Glenda some more. I'm scared that if I say the wrong thing, Shorty might eat my entire screen, so let me back off. LeBron goes on with his lesson about Oz, back when animals were accepted far more than they are now, which is why he's one of the last animal professors at Shiz. The cause of this change was an event called the Great Drought, which caused people to look for someone to blame. In this moment, Glenda asks the dumbass question being, why are we so focused on the past and not the present?
Man, you stupid bitch!
knowledge. Listen here, shorty. The point of learning history is so we don't make the same mistakes. So how about you just be quiet and listen to the GOAT? After this, he intends to show everyone a timeline of events, but when he flips a board, this is written on it. Everyone is shocked by this message because like what the heck, this is messed up. Free all my animals on Phonum Grave. This upsets LeBron to the point that he calls off class for the day and Elphaba has a one-on-one conversation with him. We then see her learn to control her powers, but she fails. No, you ass Trudy. They start talking about what happened in class earlier and Elphaba wishes she could help them. Yeah. This triggers her powers to go off as well. And Madame Morrible urges her to hone them so she can see the wizard. Later that night, she goes snooping around campus and eavesdrops on a group of animals talking about the discrimination against him in Oz. She gets caught in 4K and LeBron tells her to keep what she heard on the low. Oh, also animals are starting to lose their ability to speak if they leave Oz, literally silencing them. She wanders the forest but gets trampled by this Prince Charming ass nigga. And even though it was an honest mistake, she goes off on him and gives him an earful of bullshit. The next day, bro pulls up to Shiz and as soon as Glenda heard a prince was showing up, shorty was ready to drop jaws. Just easy and going. Now he dead had all the hoes going for him. Even the fruitcake was trying to go balls deep. Yeah, nerf his ass ASAP. I just know he feeling himself right now. Nah, these niggas thought I wasn't finna peep the plot. Cause shorty just steals a book from this one dude so she could act like she doing something. As she walks up to bro and tell me why when she gets close, bro starts trying to act like he doing something.
Damn, these clouds looking nice today.
Face ass. This really how dudes be acting when they walking past some fine shit. On their phone acting like they doing something important when in reality they checking the weather in Cupertino or doing some elite calculation. She gets to the ball talking about, are you looking for something? Then hits this weak ass emo. Oh nah. She spams this shit throughout the entire movie by the way and I can't stand it every time she does it. He looks at her for 1 second and is immediately going for her. Bro like me for real. They start flirting and shit but we gonna skip this cutscene. We go to the cafeteria where they sing again and Bach asks Glenda if she wants to go to the dance with him but she turns him down and convinces him to ask out Nessa instead. Now just watching this movie I would have never guessed that this actor was a dude cracking Ariana Grande. I'm sick. Why they hoeing my boy in 4K footage? Let bro have his girl. We see her getting ready for the dance with Fruitcake and Gorlock and my god does she look good right now. I don't care about some people saying she looks weird or whatever. In this movie she is bad as hell. Dr. Umar gonna have to understand that this is some elite milk. Elphaba walks in on them so the eaters leave and Glenda invites homegirl to the dance going on that night, which leads to one of the worst scenes I have ever had the disgrace of watching. So everyone's vibing and shit. We got the animals going crazy with the music, everybody dancing all gleeful and shit. Even Box spitting game, but the energy of the room changes when Elphaba pulls up to the function wearing this opium ass fit. Shorty thinks she YVL. I'm crying. Elphaba, I rock with you, but unfortunately this shit is not it. I don't know who allowed you to step out the door wearing this bullshit, but they need their ad whooped for it. Nah, the animals dead wrong for cutting the music off on top of it, making the silence of laughter the only thing that filled the room. This shit gotta be a humiliation ritual. Nah, everyone starts frying her shit, and she doesn't help when she sits her hat down and starts doing this ritualistic ass dance. I don't know what moves shorty hitting right now, but she need to refund them hoes immediately. Make sure this shit never hits the item shop again. Nah, this not even the worst part. Just wait for the bullshit shorty starts doing.
Oh my god, dog.
Yeah, cut it out right there. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't care how humiliated I am. I don't care what type of bullshit I'm doing. You got me fucked all the way up if you think I'm letting this Fruitcake and Gorlock fry my shit. Yeah, fuck no. On my soul, I'm cooking these niggas before they even get a chance to laugh at me. In a turn of events, Glenda joins her and starts hitting some weak ass emotes with her. Shorty look like she finna hit the take the L. Oh nah. And I swear everyone in this room is a top tier Wiley Reed level meat munch, because the moment Glenda starts doing it, they swear that shit's tough and they all join in. Bro, the Glenda glaze has to be studied. Yeah, I'm moving along with this shit. Actually, I forgot to mention how Madame Morrible pulled up to tell Glenda that Elphaba insisted that she includes her in her sorceress seminar so she can learn magic. The part that had me though was Madame Morrible genuinely cooking her shit. Like, just listen to what she was saying.
I'm a sorceress, thank you for having faith in me.
Actually, I have no faith in you.
Elphaba did? But why?
I'm a sorceress, not a mind reader. I have no idea why. My personal opinion, dear, is that you don't have what it takes. I hope you prove me wrong. I doubt you will.
That is diabolical. Later on, they start venting to each other, but
we do not I care.
The next day while in LeBron's class, bro announces his forced retirement, but before he can even finish his announcement, some guards pull up and take him away. Free my nigga Bron. Elphaba tries to stand up for bro, but she gets sat down by this fat hoe. Immediately after, a new history teacher pulls up with the lion cub in a cage, which has Elphaba ready to crash and her powers go off, creating these flowers that sleep everyone in the room except for Prince Charming over here. I know something's off about bro, I just can't prove it yet. I'm onto you, buddy. He takes the lion cub and they run off into the forest with bro. We also see Madame Morrible walk into the classroom only to find the aftermath. Then we find out Shorty has been in talks with the Wizard of Oz himself. Yeah, she gotta be plotting something. Y'all can't even say I'm tripping, cause the next day, Oz delivers a message to Shiz inviting Elphaba to Emerald City. Just then, the iced out emerald chain pulls up, but before Elphaba leaves, we get the most crucial moment in the entire movie. A truly story-changing moment. Now, throughout the movie, Glenda pronounces her name as the Linda. But obviously, I ain't say that bullshit cause it's stupid as fuck. Well, she made an announcement to everyone that she'll be changing her name to simply Glenda.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
Yep, that's the announcement.
We love you, Glenda.
Give her the Nobel Peace Prize.
I'm out. You think I'm about to? I'm not watching this. Look!
Ain't no way they clapping for this shit, bro. Moving along, Elphaba hops on the train and Glenda tags along with her. And eventually they arrive in Emerald City, which is home to some of the worst fits I have ever seen. The only thing worse than this attire is AMP pre-stylist. Nah, they low-key hitting that shit though, I can't even front. But I would hate to live somewhere like this. Imagine trying to get some sleep and you just hear the entire town hooting and hollering about some nonsense. Yeah, that sounds miserable. Elphaba and Glenda love this place, however, so shit, it is what it is. Nah, who invited Cardi B to the set though? Shan and Shard. They go to watch a play about the origin story of Oz, and this shit wasn't that bad except for the atrocious attire I saw midway through it. I don't know what the hell these niggas got on. This shit can't be comfortable to wear. After this, they go to visit the wizard and they're greeted by my nigga Caesar. Yo, son. Also, these monkeys have the most aura in the entire movie, on my soul. They step into the room of the wizard where we meet this head, and as cold as he is, I called his bluff from the beginning. As soon as Elphaba introduces herself, he cuts the bullshit and reveals himself to be a regular ass nigga. Now I will say though, his powers may be fake, but the drip is real cause buddy got that shit on. He gives him this little presentation about the future of Oz, and they even decide on the iconic yellow brick road, which was a nice nod to the original story. This little show is cool and all, but let's cut to the point. Madame Morrible pulls up and then Caesar reveals the Grimoire. Some sort of spell book that can only be read by a few people. Now I gotta give it to bro, because he got that D1 reverse psychology, because he like, casting a spell with the Grimoire, I don't know, that might be a little too much for her. She might be too pussy for all that. Who pussy? And this was all they needed as Shorty fell for the trap, and she cast a levitation spell which gives Caesar and the rest of the monkeys wings. Yeah, Shorty got slimed out, and it turns out that Madame Morrible was actually evil the entire time and was manipulating Elphaba so she can use her powers to her advantage. I told y'all Shorty was evil. She was also teamed up with the wizard for whatever reason, but I digress. They slip up and reveal their plot, and that's when Elphaba pieces together the puzzle. She realizes that he's the one behind the animal discrimination, and Shorty is pissed. She runs away with the book so Madame Morrible commands the monkeys to go catch her. Also, in case you didn't peep, this indirectly tells the origin of the flying monkeys from the original movie, which I thought was cool. Elphaba starts getting ambushed by the army and Glenda follows her, trying to get through to her, and we see the wizard command his guards to capture Elphaba, and just like that, Shorty got backdoored. They hop on a hot air balloon and this one nigga grabs onto Glenda like an ex with attachment issues, but she kicks him away as this other dude swings into the blimp only to eat a face full of elbow. The balloon finally starts flying, but the guards close them in and the balloon crashes into the ground. Ain't no way now the soul got clipped. They run into whatever this room is, and the two argue with each other about ideals and shit. But in that moment, they hear Madame Morrible making an announcement to the citizens of Oz. Yo, we got a new op in town. Shorty ran off with our Grimoire, and she's the reason behind the flying MLKs. Shorty slimy as fuck, so don't believe a word she says. Her green skin is a reflection of her nature, and she really a wicked witch. Now everyone's against Elphaba, even though she's a victim, but Shorty not backing down. She says she ain't scared of the smoke and that the wizard is the one who should be scared. I like this energy. They go upstairs where Shorty is spotted by the guards, so she casts a levitation spell again with the hopes of giving herself the ability to fly. Instead, she gives said power to this random ass broomstick. Now Shorty has a hat, the powers, and the broomstick, where there's one more thing missing from the fit of the Wicked Witch of the West, and that's a black robe, which Glenda just steals from this conveniently placed clothing rack, and Shorty takes that shit and starts forward farming with it for literally no reason. Yes, Elphaba, we see the fit. I don't know who she's feeling like right now, but you are not who you think you are. The two say goodbye to each other, but the moment they walk out, they're ambushed by some guards. Now I'm crying. Why Shorty holding that broomstick like it's a pole? Ain't no way y'all scared of her. She books it before leaping out of the building, and for some reason gets the longest falling scene in history. This shit damn near clocked in at a minute, but she grabs a broom and starts soaring through the skies, defying gravity. She pulls back up on the guards and just starts yapping, and you're telling me not a single motherfucker here has a ranged weapon? There is no way they don't have a single projectile at their disposal. Yeah, these niggas are bums. The monkeys start chasing her, but she crosses them into friendly fire before flying away, delivering one of the most majestic audios of all time.
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
Dude, something's wrong with him. That's not human, man. He's not regular, man.
So the movie starts off with some guards working on the yellow brick road, but they slaving the fuck out of these animals right now, so Elphaba pulls up to shut that shit down. She snatches this dude's whip and uses it to toss him into the air and make him take fall damage.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
I know that shit hurt. She then smacks these two dudes with her broom, and Shorty right here latches onto Elphaba just to get dragged away, and she takes out 3 of her teammates. That is wicked work. Get it?
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
Alright, my fault. Shorty gets sent back to the ground, and Elphaba finally lands aura farming and shit. Low-key though, this scene reminded me of Jake's pull-up in The Way of Water, but that may just be me. She turns around to see the flying monkeys headed her way before doing this unnecessary ass move to start flying. Genuinely, what was the point? Shorty goes right back to her default flying animation. We go to Emerald City and the whole town is talking about how wicked Elphaba is, and to put it lightly, they want her gone permanently. Speaking of Elphaba, she returns to her crib and talks about her goal to expose the wizard for being the fraud that he is.
Over?
No.
For being a fraud. You almost died to a grade 5 cursed spirit on your way to the grocery store.
Is that a real charge?
Yep, drive safe, sorcerer.
Unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Glenda is still being glazed.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
I swear to God, they literally have an entire song dedicated to glazing this hoe. I can't take this shit anymore. She dead ass has guards kneeling to her. This shit has to stop. She still has her biggest eaters by her side if she gets called by Madame Morble, who gives her some new mobility. That being this bubble which she can use to fly around. But the real point of this is so the people of Oz believe that Glenda actually has powers because Shorty is a fraud. This whole crew is full of pretenders. The Furious Five can relate. They pull up to Munchkin Land where Madame Morble drops the announcement that Fiyero and Glenda are engaged.
Nigga, what?
This was even news to bro because he did not sign up for this shit. When Shorty asks him if he's happy, he starts lagging and shit. Now I'm crying. Bro does not want to marry her. This then turns into a wicked witch hate party and they just start spouting straight nonsense about Elphaba that even she doesn't know about herself. Matter of fact, just listen to it.
I hear she has an extra eye that always remains awake. I hear that she can shed her skin as easily as a snake. I hear some rebel animals are giving her food and shelter.
I hear her soul is so unclean, pure water can melt her.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
These people have to possess a collective IQ of 24 if they believe this shit. Even Fiero's befuddled by the ludicrosity that is invading his ears right now. So him and Glenda go backstage to discuss their worries about Elphaba. Bro is determined to find her before the others do, because he knows that if they get to her first, then it's raps for her. He also indirectly tells Shorty that he does not fuck with her for real, but that'll be important later. Glenda goes back on stage where they continue to celebrate, but this moment is interrupted by Elphaba's sudden arrival. Everyone begins to panic as Shorty writes out, "Our wizard lies in the cloud." But this is when we see the diabolical intellect of Madame Morble. So much so that I have to applaud her, because while everyone is distracted, she uses her powers to change the words to Oz dies. Then she tells everyone to look in the sky. This is a masterclass show of manipulation and twisting words. I only expect this level of deception from either a light-skinned shorty or a Latina. Also, her powers revolve around weather manipulation, which will be important later. The guards along with the flying monkeys chase her into the forest, but she got that Hall of Fame getaway, juking out all of the Harriet Tubmans as the guards finally catch up. They scout the area and are unable to spot her, but I want you to feast your eyes on this. As you can see, these motherfuckers clearly have poles, and I know that they had these shits in the last movie. So someone, please tell me why they didn't use these weapons while watching Elphaba's escape in the last movie. They had a clear shot but chose to stare at this shit like it was a sunset. These niggas are cheap. The guards dipping whole time Shorty was posted up in this tree just chilling. If I don't move, then they won't see me, face ass. She was out here looking like Gohan hiding from Boots. Nah, I'm crying. She goes back to her crib and starts crashing out because she believes even Fiyero turned his back on her, which couldn't be further from the truth. She begins to reminisce and we find out that Nessa is the government of Oz now, which was not on my bingo card when going into this movie. This dude comes up to her and tells her that the people of Oz are waiting for her to sign a law that requires Munchkins to need a permit to travel, and in case you don't recall, Shorty is in relations with Bach, who is in fact a Munchkin, so he is not on board with this. She then starts venting to him about how hard it's been for her, and how she wouldn't have been able to get through it without him. That's when he breaks the news to her that he's ready to move on. I'm not gonna lie though, he picked possibly the worst time to tell her this, because when bro tries to hop on a train, dude tells him that Munchkins need a permission directly from the governor to be able to leave Munchkin land. Shorty dead ass signed the law and told them niggas enforce that shit immediately. Just then we see Elphaba soaring in the skies when she hears something in the forest, so she goes to check it out and finds some animal refugees leaving Oz. She tries to tell them to stop and help her fight the wizard, but they not going for that shit. She reunites with the bear that took care of her, and he tells her that the only thing left for the animals to do is escape to the place beyond Oz, which Elphaba heard is pure emptiness, but I want you to keep this shot in mind. You'll learn why later on. Hey, y'all remember that lion cub from the first movie? The one that Elphaba and Fiyero saved from the history teacher? Well, bro shows up out of nowhere to expose Elphaba for being the one behind the flying monkeys. And he tells the other animals that she stole him from his home. This causes all of them to turn on her and dip. We go back to Nessa and Bach, and I want y'all to pay attention to the gray attire along with the medal that bro is holding. He leaves the room and Elphaba shows up to ask for Nessa's help, but the two start arguing. Then Nessa reminisces about the night of the dance, when she felt that Bach actually loved her and when she felt like she was floating. Shorty wants to feel that feeling again, but Elphaba says she can't help her as the Grimmery opens up, and you know what that means. She casts a spell and this gives Nessa the ability to fly. Now this is where I'm about to turn into a Wizard of Oz nerd, because in the first movie, when their dad drops off Nessa, he also gives her these silver slippers as a gift. Now these silver slippers are important to the original written story, but if you've seen the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie, then you know that these slippers are changed to the color red. Well, I want you to pay attention to the color of Nessa's slippers after the spell is casted. Hold on, stay with me. These slippers are important to a very specific character in this universe, and if you know about the OG Wizard of Oz, you know that the sister of the Wicked Witch of the West is a Wicked Witch of the East, and something very crucial happens to said witch that we will see very soon. Now, we know Elphaba is the iconic green Wicked Witch of the West, and with Nessa being her sister, that only leaves one conclusion. Yes, I just went on that rant to explain that Nessa is a Wicked Witch of the East, but you will soon see why I did that. In that moment, Bach pulls back up to ask Nessa to let him leave. He also confesses about his feelings for Glenda, and he also says he lost her heart to her. Shorty is not happy with this revelation and tells him that he will lose his heart to her instead. She then goes to the Grimmery and begins to read a spell. Now, there is one character in this universe who was known for not having a heart, and do you guys remember how I pointed out his attire along with the medal he was holding? Yeah, bro becomes a Tin Man, and he was dead ass finna murk Nessa on the spot for this, but she blames Elphaba for the way he is now. Nah, it really be your own blood. Shit crazy for real. But I like this alternative take on the character, him being ruthless due to his lack of a heart rather than being this emotional and caring soul who doesn't need one. We see Glenda getting ready for her wedding when all of a sudden the window shatters. Now most people probably didn't peep this, but I did, because the spot that breaks is the exact same placement as when Elphaba shattered the window in the first movie while the two were arguing. This subtle detail is how Glenda was able to recognize Elphaba's presence, and the two finally see each other again. They catch up with each other, but Glenda says she's done with this. She on some Young Thug timing and simply misses her twin. She tries to get Elphaba to come with her to see the wizard, but Shorty dips and pulls up on him by herself. She demands him to come to the wedding and tell the people of Oz that he's a fraud as Glenda shows up. He tells her that even if he flat out told them that he had no powers, they wouldn't believe him because they don't want to. Basically, these niggas are hella delusional. The two try to convince Glenda to join forces with them, and the wizard says this.
You know, we could be like a family. You know, never really had a family.
This line will be important later. They're able to get through to Elphaba, and she agrees to join their side under the condition that bro stops blaming the animals for everything and he frees the monkeys. He agrees and gives her the key to free them. They fly away as the wizard goes to get ready for the wedding. In that moment, Caesar comes back to point out Elphaba's attention to this painting over here, and she moves it, revealing a room full of caged animals who've had their ability to speak removed. We get a nice parallel of Elphaba walking through the room, matching Glenda's walk down the aisle. John M. Chief, you cooked throughout the entire movie. We even see he got my boy LeBron locked up.
No! Why you do that? That's my
And the wizard shows up and tries to explain himself, but she is not hearing that bullshit. She then reminds him how he once asked her what her heart's desire is, and she says it's to fight him till the day she dies.
I'm in danger.
Nah, I fuck with this energy, not gonna lie. She breaks all of the locks and just look at bro's face. He knows he's cooked. He runs away and the animals follow, completely crashing Glenda's wedding. Damn. Bro tries to escape, but Elphaba ain't letting that happen, and she puts a broom through his neck, trapping him. I'm certain Shorty would have packed him up in this moment had Fiyero not shown up with his crew. He sends him away as he ups pole on Shorty, but he was pump faking, and removes the broom from the wizard's neck, then aims a blick at him instead. He makes bro get in the cage and he locks him in there. Nah, as a grown man, you should not be willingly putting yourself in a cage. I would have just let him boom my shit. Glenda shows up and this gotta be one of the wildest out of context situations.
That's right. I'm going to suck you up.
Pause!
Alright, big guy. Whatever turns you on.
You were enjoying yourself before, when you were sucking the life out of Kakarot.
Nigga, you gay.
But the wizard uses this to his advantage. He calls both of them traitors, and Glenda asks Fiyero what he's doing, and he tells her that he's going with Elphaba.
Huh?
So now Shorty thinks they've been sneaking around with each other, but Elphaba tells her it's not like that. Yeah, Shorty was lying her ass off, because we will see that it is absolutely like that. And just like that, this unbreakable bond was shattered over some dead. Damn, I know hella teenage girls probably felt that one. Now she dead hurt by this shit, and even gives them a plan to lure out Elphaba by using her sister. Y'all remember how I told y'all Madame Horrible possessed weather-based abilities? Well, I told y'all to remember that because she uses those powers to create a powerful storm throughout Oz, and this shit got everyone stressed. More importantly, she forms a raging tornado that tears through the lands of Oz, and unfortunately Nessa got caught outside. What the hell is going on here? Actually, I'm not even gonna play dumb. We all know good and well what they were doing off screen. Their moment is interrupted by the pleading cries of Nessa, who Elphaba is able to hear as she sees a house flying in a tornado. Now, if you know ball when it comes to this franchise, then you know whose house this is and what's about to happen. Just then we see Nessa continuing to cry out for Bach, then...
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro.
Yeah, Shorty got crushed by the house. I just know she was looking like this. Desperate to protect her sister, Elphaba goes out to search for her, but little does she know hope is already lost. Fiyero also follows behind her, and he gets caught lacking by the flying monkeys, but they drop their weapons. The next day, we see Glenda saying goodbye to Dorothy, who now has the slippers. Also, we never get to see Dorothy's face in this movie because the director didn't want to take focus away from Glenda and Elphaba's story. However, he did film scenes showing her face, but decided to cut them out because he saw them as distractions from the main focus being Glenda and Elphaba. Moments like these are apparent, and when they show up, I'll point them out. Also, here's a Dorothy face reveal. She bad as hell. I'm low-key psyched they didn't show her. Elphaba pulls up to mourn her sister, then starts pressing Glenda about the slippers. And Glenda talks about the Fiyero situation. Elphaba like, yeah, I took your nigga, so what? He wasn't fucking with you to begin with.
Damn.
And Glenda was not going for this shit. She bitch slapped Elphaba. Shorty was proud of herself too. Look at her cheesing and shit. Elphaba then bitch slaps her and the two run to fade. Elphaba parries and kicks the broom up. Goes for the low, but Glenda blocks that. Goes for the counter, causing the two to clash. Elphaba push blocks her, then does it again. Glenda runs at her, but this one Elphaba just starts toying with her because she just leaps high over her. So Glenda tries it again, only for the same thing to happen. Well, that was for nothing. Glenda starts spinning that fake ass wand around before dropping it and telling Elphaba to go straight hands. She not ducking the fade and accepts as Glenda charges and tackles her to the ground. This is when we get hands down my favorite scene in the movie because the wizard's guards pull up to break them apart. They hold Elphaba down and she calls out Glenda for being slimy enough to use her own sister's death to capture her. Honestly, she not wrong for that because that is a grimy ass move. In that moment, Fiyero pulls up with the monkeys and he aims a blick at Glenda, telling the guards that if they don't let Elphaba go, then he gonna smoke Glenda, and tell the people of Oz that the guards stood and watched as she got popped.
That's all, folks.
Nah, this shit getting spicy. Nah, look at Glenda. This shit got me crying, Shorty in disbelief right now. Even the monkeys shocked to see what they're seeing right now.
Really, look! Niggas be wildin'!
The guards let Elphaba go and Fiyero tells her to leave. She flies away and bro tells Caesar to protect her. When a real ass nigga and him along with the rest of the crew follow her. Fiyero still has pole up on Shorty, but she calls his bluff as the guards start beating him and they pin him down. Free my boy Fiyero to look backwards. She tells him to stop because she knows that he wasn't gonna hurt her and that he just loves Elphaba. He apologizes and the guards take him away as Glenda screams out his name, which transitions to Elphaba flying around with Caesar and them, and she pulls up to this altar type shit. And she pulls out the Grimoire and begins to cast a spell. The goal behind this spell is to make sure that they can't kill Fiyero. And as she casts a spell, we see him getting beat the fuck up by the guards. Like he dead ass going through it while she desperately reads out the spell and begins to question herself on what she's reading.
Read, nigga, read!
And they got my boy Fiyero posted up like my goat Jesus Christ. Oh nah, I bet not see a single nail show up. But when I tell you this scene gives me genuine chills even now as I'm rewatching it for this video. The dialogue, the context, the song, all of it gives me goosebumps. I can dead ass feel my bald hair sticking up right now.
What did you say, nigga?
That's how deep this shit is. Obviously, I can't let y'all hear the song or Universal with Charlie Kirk this vid, but you gotta watch it. The main words that you need to know from this song are the words, "No good deed goes unpunished." And she's basically saying how every time she tries to do something good, she's punished for it. And this shit cuts deep for some reason. Now we know Shorty got vocals after hearing Defying Gravity, but y'all gotta listen to this. So fuck making money off this vid. She then questions if good deeds are truly for the sake of being good or if they're just for attention. Now I gotta let y'all get which that Oz painted her out to be. Cinema. Now this is easily one of my favorite villain origin stories ever. She dead ass just a product of the treatment she received. Also, this shot is fucking amazing. On my soul, if there was a portrait of this, I would buy it for my room. We cut to the wizard chilling before Madame Morrible pulls up to tell him that he has visitors. That being Dorothy and her crew. He tells her that he's not seeing anyone right now, but she gives him the idea to use them for their benefit. This is when we would get the scene from the original movie where they ask for courage, a heart, a brain, and a way home, and he asks them to bring them the room of the Wicked Witch. Nah, Pete Bach clutching his axe. He ready to get active. Madame Morrible happy as hell right now due to finding pawns to use to capture Elphaba. I would just like to say one thing. Would.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say.
Nah, bro going through it right now. Twin sipping that tris right now. We see the people of Oz marching behind Dorothy and her squad. And notice how everyone looks serious and shit. Holding torches while ready to get active, then we got these two motherfuckers looking scared and shit. Niggas dead sweet as hell. Oh nah. Nah, look at the Tin Man though. That nigga has zero good intentions on his mind right now. I would love to see a remake of The Wizard of Oz, but with these characters and how they compare to the personalities of the OG cast. We see Glenda spectating the chaos before Bach gives his speech.
This shit deeper than pleasing the wizard. I gotta get my get back on Elsa with the witch. She the reason I made a 10. Her spell is behind this. You know what? I'm glad I'm heartless. I'll be heartless killing her.
Nah, I like this energy. Glenda, on the other hand, is too stunned to speak. Then Bach tells him how Elphaba is also the reason behind the lion being a coward today. Then he gives Glenda the meanest side eye I done ever seen. Shit sent her ass right back inside. She goes to Madame Morrible and tries to press her about the cyclone and Nessa, but she reminds Glenda that this is what she asked for and completely bitches her out.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Shorty equips a new fit, hops on a horse and goes to search for and she looked up to. Found out the life that she wanted so bad wasn't what it seemed. Found out that nigga that she thought she had died, and she's about to lose her best friend, and she has to live with people believing she's his terrible twisted soul while knowing the truth. Nah, she got it rough, not even gonna hold. They have a heartfelt moment and Elphaba gives her the Grimoire and tells her to learn to read it so that Glenda the Good can actually mean something and she can cause change. She's basically passing the torch on to Glenda, and I need a movie where Glenda gains powers and learns to use them against some type of threat, whether that be a genuine genuine danger to Oz or a societal issue. Unfortunately, this is already confirmed to be the end of the series. Elphaba tells Glenda that she's the only friend she's ever had, and Glenda in contrast tells her that she's had many friends but only one that mattered. Damn! That means all that dick eating from these two was for nothing. I'm sick. They hug each other one last time before running to the top, and Elphaba has Glenda hide in this closet so no one knows she was here. Watching these two in this moment genuinely almost got teardrops for me. This shit was genuinely sad to see. Even worse, Glenda is forced to watch Dorothy splash the water onto Elphaba, melting her right before her eyes as she's powerless to do anything to stop it. Nah, this shit gotta be traumatizing. It's not as bad as Sasuke watching his own brother kill his parents, or Tanjiro pulling up to the crib to see his family slaughtered, but it is definitely tragic, and she breaks down crying as we see Dorothy walk up to the broomstick and collect it to give to the wizard. But I just realized that we saw this shot in the first movie, because the very beginning of that movie is a hat on the ground in this exact same spot, but I never even considered that it could have been Elphaba's hat. This does explain why they included it, because I thought it was random as hell when I rewatched the movie for the last video. She mourns Elphaba as my nigga Caesar pulls up and talks for the first time before picking up the green shield potion on the ground and giving it to Glenda, and Shorty has some type of revelation. Now, this is not the first time we've seen this bottle, because earlier this was the exact same bottle that the wizard was slipping from earlier. I wonder what the fuck that means. Glenda actually goes to bro and tells him that Elphaba is dead before handing him the bottle and saying it belonged to her mother. That's when they dropped the craziest plot twist I saw last year, because when bro heard that, he's in disbelief as he gets a flashback to a special night. This night being Elphaba's mom and bro from the beginning of the first movie, which means that the wizard was Elphaba's dad all along. What the fuck? I genuinely would have never predicted this shit before watching this movie. However, while in the theaters, one of my homeboys managed to predict it at some point during the movie before it was revealed. Twin might be a storytelling genius. So earlier when bro was saying, we can be a family, it was a literal statement. This whole time he was hunting down his own daughter without even knowing. He starts regretting everything, and Glenda starts pressing his ass for the harm he's caused today. And she tells him that he's leaving Oz today. She even got the monkeys ready to back her up. Bro starts lagging and shit, so she's like, did you hear what I said? Nah, I like this energy from Glenda. He's talking about, what will I tell the people? And she tells him to make something up since he's good at that. Nah, she's talking her shit right now and I'm here for it. She even pulls up on Madame Morrible and takes her outside to see the wizard leaving Oz for good. She starts talking heavy and old girl talking about, Glenda, can you please find it in your heart to forgive me? Nah, I'm crying, niggas be fake demons. Oh nah. She even starts trying to glaze her as a last ditch effort, but she not hearing it. And y'all remember this line from the first movie?
Is that you do not have what it takes. I hope you prove me wrong. I doubt you will.
Well, Glenda takes that shit and uses it against her in this scene as well, before the monkeys take her away. Nah, this get back is truly elite. I've seen enough give Glenda her own movie. I'll be there first day, front seat with me in hand. She equips the OG fit, looking gorgeous per usual before hopping in the bubble, and giving us the intro scene from the first movie, but with extended DLC, because when Shorty asked if she was friends with Elphaba, instead of the flashback we got initially, she delivered the speech to all of Oz, including the animals who no longer have to fight discrimination. And she reflects on the dark time they went through and tells the people that there will be more, but she wants a chance to help and offer change, becoming Glenda the Good. They dead ass set up a chance to give Glenda a solo movie, and they basically drop a title right then. If anyone at Universal comes across this video somehow, please make this happen. I'm begging you. The people cheer for her, this time rightfully so, as we see all of the animals return to Oz, including the GOAT LeBron James.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
This shit beautiful. However, there's one more twist left in this movie, because we go back to Elphaba's resting place before we see Fiyero, who isn't dead, pull up and he grabs a hat before banging on the floor to reveal that Elphaba is still alive. I don't know what spell she casted to make that shit happen, but I was so shocked to see this. They really had me convinced that Shorty was gone. The two dip and they go to the empty land beyond Oz, which was the shot that they showed earlier in the movie when Elphaba was talking to the bear, which is why I told y'all to keep it in mind. The last scene we see is Glenda going back to the ledge from the Defying gravity scene, and we see a beautiful parallel of the two singing as if they're singing to each other before the Grimory opens up, which could mean one of two things. Either now Glenda can read the book, or she knows that Elphaba is still out there. Either way, this is another seed planted for another movie. But the credits roll, and in the words of Martin Scorsese, cinema. I give this shit a 10 out of 10, but unfortunately that is all I have for this video. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
君を殺す